Here's question number 3. We have 3x minus 6 divided by 2x minus 5 is less than 0. So we're going to look at when 3x minus 6 is equal to 0. And we're going to look at when 2x minus 5 is equal to 0. Okay, so I want to get rid of that negative 6. I'm going to add 6 to both sides. Now I want to get rid of the 3, so I'm going to divide both sides by 3, so x is equal to 2. All right, for 2x minus 5, I'm going to subtract 5. I'm going to add 5 to both sides. Then I'm going to divide by 2, so x is equal to 5 halves. All right, so our two key points is when x is equal to 5 halves, which is 2.5, and when x is equal to 2. Okay, so 2 goes here, 2.5 goes there. All right, so that splits the number line up into 5 different areas. The area less than 2, the area equal to, the area between 2 and 5 halves, which is 2.5, the area equal to 5 halves, and the area greater than 5 halves. All right, here's our chart, the values of x, 3x minus 6, 2x minus 5, and then the whole rational expression, which is 3x minus 6 over 2x minus 5. All right, so when x is less than 2, we're talking about this region. When x is equal to 2, we're talking about that region. When x is between 2 and 5 halves, we're talking about that light green region over here. When x is equal to 5 halves, I'm talking about that little blue region. And when x is greater than 5 halves, I'm talking about that purple area. All right, so now we want to determine the sign when x is less than 2. Okay, the sign of 3x minus 6. So when x is less than 2, when x is equal to 0, for example. So 3 times 0 is 0, minus 6 is negative. Okay, when x is equal to 2, so 3 times 2 is 6, minus 6 is 0. When x is between 2 and 5 halves, I don't know, like 2.1, for example, because 5 halves, this is 2.5. So 2.1, so 3 times 2.1 is 6.3, minus 6 is positive. Okay, when x is equal to 5 halves, we have 3 times 5 over 2. Eesh. So 3 times 2.5, which is 7.5, minus 6 is positive. Okay, it's 1.5, which is positive. Okay, when x is greater than 5 over 2, like when x is equal to, I don't know, 3, for example. So 3 times 3 is 9, minus 6 is 3, which is positive. Okay, for 2x minus 5, when x is less than 2, when x is equal to 0, for example, we get 2 times 0 is 0, minus 5 is minus. Okay, when x is equal to 2, we have 2 times 2 is 4, minus 5 is minus 1, which is negative. When x is between 2 and 5 halves, like when x is 2.1, so 2 times 2.1 is 4.2, take away 5 is still negative. When x is equal to 5 over 2, the 2's cancel, and then we're left with 5. Minus 5 is 0. When x is greater than 5 over 2, for example, when x is equal to 3, 2 times 3 is 6, take away 5 is 1, which is positive. Okay, put them together. Negative divided by negative is positive. 0 divided by negative is 0. Positive divided by negative is negative. Positive divided by 0, undefined, can't divide by 0. Plus positive divided by positive is positive. All right, so the regions are positive, 0, negative, undefined, and positive. Okay, and we're looking at when is this whole thing less than 0? When is it negative? Well, it's only negative here in the middle, right? So between 2 and 5 halves, but not including, because we're not saying when it's equal to 0, we're just saying when is it less than 0. Okay, so between this point, 2, and that point, 5 halves. And that's it for question number 3. Have a good night.